All right. Playoff match between UNH and Wright State University. Seems the players getting all the substitutions, figuring out the maps. Looks like our first map will be Antarctic Peninsula.
Are we live by chance? Because I can't find the stream on Twitch.
We should be live.
Got the notification.
All right. Our first map is Busan.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Why is this camera so close?
Denizen and Slasher on support. Good guy and Rogue on DPS. Jolly on tank.
It looks like they are running a May, Cassidy, Ramatra, Juno, and Kiriko.
I'll keep you safe.
Pretty good bruiser comp.
Definitely.
For the moment, we have a common purpose. Let's focus on that.
5, 4, 3, 2.
For a second, I thought I still had my walkie-talkie on.
First map is underway. The first big team fight here of a control point. Jolly taking some good damage here, but he's getting good heals from his support. Slash
He
doing
is
a good
on
job.
the most of them are on the critical side with that Diva and Brigida being up in their business. Looks
Yeah,
like
that Diva
quite a
dive
few of
is
us
doing
do go.
great damage.
Mhm.
UNH is going to lose that first team fight. Take this moment to reconsolidate the team back together.
Does look like the Tracer is behind, pushing most of the pressure and keeping the team at bay. It does look like UNH is struggling a little bit, but having their tidbits of damage and healing, and only a matter of time before certain ults get pushed out, and people have to make a run for it on the enemy team.
UNH did get that Kitsune rush on side. That could make a difference in an upcoming team fight.
It does look like UNH is being held up at their point with Diva in their front line, but also sending her ult to the back line. It does seem like UNH does have to fix their comp a little bit because they're not getting much of a push there, and it seems like the first point is going to go to Wright State University if they don't use up any of their ults or change up the team comp any ways that could help them out.
Not sure if they'll get a touch here. Might not be able to force it into overtime.
No.
Yeah, UNH holds on to 4 ults by the time round ends.
Score 0-1.
I will say not swapping up any of the characters they had there kind of uh killed their killed that round there, but hopefully they do learn and change up a few characters around to make sure that the enemy team doesn't push up anymore.
Five, four, three, two, one. Round two. Capture the objective. I'm with you. The objective is team kill.
My resolve hardens.
I'm here.
UNH still unable to get a team fight to go into their favor here. Struggling a little bit to get on the site once again. Charlie is doing good damage to the backline. But that Diva came back and stopped him from pushing any further. I think UNH has to make a swap here.
I will say they're gonna have to
Time to get
swap out a few characters because it looks like Ramatra into like a Diva Brigida is not working out well for them because she's eating up all of the bullets. But also at the same time with May, that's actually a really good pick because she doesn't have anything that could slow. Well, she could slow people down, but nothing could really counter her as much. So using her walls to advantage and her slowness would actually be really well until they could get her up front.
UNH might want to swap to a Reinhardt maybe, or just a shield character. They need to maybe focus more on diving rather than bruising.
Yeah, I would say like a Either yeah, like you said, Reinhardt or a Winston.
Are starting to make some headway here with this Kitsuna rush, allowing them to finally get on point. But Wright
It's
State
allowed
does have a 90% to 0% lead.
It does look like UNH was able to get the point, this time not the point, but, like, got a touch on the point around, now. It looks like he is about to have ult, and he could pop it when he's critical and about get all these 2 here either low or dead. It does look like May is contesting point for the end game.
Yeah, UNH has to hold the Wright State in their spawn. Can't allow them to get back on point or win a team fight.
Yeah, this D.Va and are really persistent on getting out of this one doorway.
Jai making a good play to dive the backline, killing both supports. Cassidy ult is online, but that May might just knock him straight out of the fight. Unable to get that May ult on point in time. It might spell the end for the first point for UNH. Right State might be able to secure here. Denizen might be able to get a touch, but that May wall might stop him. And it delays him just enough. First point goes to Wright State.
It does look like, not so jump the team cap as much did wreck them a little bit. It does look like they tried to go wrecking ball last minute, but I feel like if they switched a little sooner, it could have worked out a little bit more. But also, wrecking ball would have been like all over the place, and with a Vegeta and Diva that could uh either slow him down or eat up all of his ammo, it does look like it could be a little bit better. But also at the same time, it looked like it's like a learning capability for the UNH right now. To switch sooner than later, just to make sure that people can get off and fight well.
Good, good game from both teams there. Just need to make some earlier swaps. Some mid-game adjustments would go long for UNH here. Seems our second game mode will be an escort, so that'll be interesting to see. Maybe UNH makes some substitutions to their comp here, maybe more dive heavy. Second map looks to be Rialto here. That'll be a fun one to see. All right, our second match is underway here.
Prepare to attack. Select your
Be
hero.
interesting to see if UNH makes any changes to their comp from last game.
Looks like they are sticking with that Kiriko and looking to do Amalga and Genji. The other two are unknown. And you got a Widow.
Genji Widow's an interesting pick. That Nanoblade might win them a couple of team fights if they can pull it off effectively.
Yeah, Nanoblade could definitely win them quite a few things. One thing's it's gonna be hard is keeping Amalga up with both Kiri and Ana. Because from at least personal experience and watching videos, it's a little hard to do it with Malga. Not Malga, with Ana and Kiri. But it's
Je sens que je vais bien
doable.
m'amuser.
Most of it, if Kiri sticks to him, it's doable. Ana, honestly, if she throws, um, God, is it Kitsune? I forgot what, not Kitsune. That's Kiri. Um,
5, 4,
she
3,
throws Nano or,
1.
honestly, I forgot what her special ability
Or
was.
a grenade.
Yeah, that could keep her up. Him up.
J'entre en scène.
Oh, I'm really tired.
But good, you see Rogue here on Widow trying to get an early pick. Jolly quickly diving up towards this diva and doing good damage.
Naga with all of his buffs is really good with this. So this is a really good pick for UNH right now. Getting that diva out of the mech and hopefully down. No.
Just wasn't able to capitalize.
It is good that diva is out right now because I don't have to worry about her mech.
We're
So
in this together.
one push in will definitely either get her killed or get her in her mech and then her mech instantly because it does take some time to get her in. It looks like she is in her mech.
That Maywall is just absolutely shutting down any push Jolly's trying to get here.
Yeah, really good May walls. They're easy to come by, but always they suck when you're caught on them.
And they caught Denizen on the rotate there. Teamfight might go in UNH's favor. Boppo can pull off some good plays here with Benji here.
Yeah, the Genji and Naga really do work together really well.
They have the payload to the first checkpoint here. But Diva is diving their support. They need to do a better job of keeping them alive.
Definitely.
Nothing a quick repair won't fix.
Unable to cap that first point there. Down to a minute 50.
That high from the Diva was diabolical.
Little toxicity expected in an Overwatch game here. Diva once again diving the DPS and supports. Alga trying to annoy them and trying to bait the Diva back into the team fight is successful, but it's taking way too much damage here.
Enemy spotted.
It does look like they are being held at the first point now.
Dennison very aggressive, chasing that Lucio all the way around.
60 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like the enemy team found out ways to get around.
45
They waited
seconds.
for that Malgo to pop his ult for the Mei to pop hers, freezing him so that he couldn't use his ult at all. Just unlimited ammo.
That Sojourn ult shutdown gonna hurt them as well here. They might need a crazy play from the Genji to pull this back from the depths here.
Yeah, it looks like they do have Blade. So if he pops it now, not now, but like It would have to be now because after one death, it's a little bit of a goner. It does look like he is going to be. Ooh, he's stuck on the earth. It does look like he is going to pop away to make sure that his team can push it a little bit, but also making sure that the enemy team doesn't get any farther. But it does look like the first round will go to. Well, it's first point will go to UNH, but the first round is going to be a little hard to come by because you have to basically make sure they don't get anywhere near the first point, meaning you're gonna have to hold them at spawn, which is gonna be a little hard.
Yeah, UNH gonna have to put up a strong defense here to hold the right state back from scoring the second point of this
Bro,
match.
another one. The whole thing is Zen here. I can run Widow. I can run for the first point.
Have first point yet. We only have first point.
What?
We only have first point.
Oh, hey,
That's what
we
I'm
could,
saying.
Oh, okay. True. Oh shit.
and now they vanish in the thin air.
Careful research is effective research.
Jolly bringing out Stigma for this defensive round here. Definitely not a bad champion at all. Very good for defense. That shield could come into clutch, keeping the supports and DPS alive.
Over here.
Do they have Bastion and Zen? Not Bastion, Baptiste and Zen.
Yeah, Baptiste and Zen, Widow and Sojin.
Not bad with the Widow because she does have really good angles for the first point.
Yeah, and those Zen Discord orbs might help out with that Widow damage. That Zen, or that Diva, sorry. Getting super aggressive once again and diving the supports. He is out of mech early though, that might make this first team fight slide into UNH's favors. But
Yeah, it
again,
does look
UNH's
like
supports just getting dove.
yeah, it looks like UNH does have to do a little bit better on keeping up their supports because it looks like they're keeping them a little bit too in the back or too much spread out from the team. That's really getting to them. No one touches here. The yep.
Wright
Wright
State
State
takes the
University
second point.
does get this point. It's best of 5, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like if UNH doesn't figure out like a team comp or switch or like switching either not every death but in the middle of the match rather than later, that could work out for UNH and making sure they win the next 3 matches. But if they don't figure that out, it does look like Wright State University will win this match. But hopefully UNH does gain a little bit of knowledge and knowing that the enemy team hasn't really switched up their comp at all and could evaluate and learn it and learn how to overcome them.
Yeah, UNH is gonna have to take back the momentum from Wright State here, as it is currently match point. Wright State wins one more map, and that's the game.
It does look like they are gonna go with Calcio for a
Prepare for
push map
battle.
for this map.
Select your
Wow,
hero.
for this match.
That's right. I've been stumbling all night over my words.
Uh, yeah, the warm nights and cold days, or warm days and cold nights, have been messing with my sleep schedule.
Interesting changes of comps here. Keeping the same supports, but a Sombra and a Zyra. Not Zyra, that's a lead character.
They're finally going Zarya to counter that Diva if the enemy tank does go Diva this round.
I'm in charge. Don't forget that.
Might see more of a dive coming from the DPS characters here. That Ash will do really good poke damage.
5, 4, 3.
UNH has to be careful when they rotate though. That's when their supports have been dying the most.
Show them a trick or two.
Good Sombra trying to wrap around and get a flank going while Jolly tries to draw the attention from this right state team.
It looks like both supports are on top of the tank, making sure that they don't go down. But it looks like all three of them do go down together, being pushed from the back.
Rogue being left as the only UNH member still currently alive. See those Maywalls constantly cutting off the tank and allowing the right state team to push their supports.
Catch you later.
It's a good target to hack the May. Gotta keep her from ice tubing and walling. Destin getting aggressive here. Does fall for it though.
It does seem like, yeah, it does seem like the enemy team is no longer pushing the point and it's being contested. So as long as they win this fight and contest it, does look like they can do some really good push and damage to the enemy team.
One big problem UNH is facing now. Right State did get that first checkpoint, so they'll spawn a lot closer. You just see that swap on the May for the UNH team, so there's a small mirror match here. But a combo of ults fly out for right State. Eva and May all both.
Yeah, it does look like Wright State University really hasn't changed up their comp from any of the games, except for one or two people. But even still, UNH is doing Zarya, which is honestly a pretty good counter to Diva. So if you could get her out of the mech really easily, it does make sure the enemy team is crumbling. Because it does look like they mainly run around supporting their Diva. We're getting rid of Lucio and Diva is one of the best points that you could do here.
UNH trying to mount a comeback here with combo of ultimates allowing them to get a team fight win over right state here. Probably getting aggressive and chasing that Widowmaker across the map. He might have overextended, but you see him quickly backing through supports, hoping that they don't get dove.
Yeah, one thing you never really want to do here is get too greedy for that kill. It looks like it's gonna get into it now. Although UNH is doing pretty well holding up their front lines and making sure everyone either has amplified damage, they are holding out their fights a little bit, but not as much as they intend to. But they're overall giving the enemy team a really good fight for their money, and making sure that they can block off certain characters or making sure they hopefully win certain team fights.
Yeah, UNH making a small save here, trying to keep them from winning this map too early, but that Mailed is absolutely massive, trapping multiple members of the UNH team. That might spell doom for UNH unless Jolly can make an absolutely clutch play here. Because he would delay long enough for the rest of that UNH team to come out and help, but it's just not going to be enough. The rest of the team falling in Wright State, almost capping that last pay, and there it goes. Wright
And
State takes it
Wright State
3-0.
University does take this match.
Fortunate loss for UNH in the playoffs here. The playoffs here.
Really good fights all around, but it looks like they didn't learn the enemy's comp as fast as they thought they would. And kind of the same for three matches, but overall they actually did do well at adapting, switching certain characters over time. But they held out their fights. They made sure they gave really good fights and made sure that the enemy team didn't like overextend or kept them at bay for as long as they could. But it looks like UNH did lose this playoff game, but it's just a learning experience. They they just gotta have more little like a fun experience. I don't really know what to say.
It's all good. That will bring the stream to an end. Thank you everybody for watching.
Have a good night, everyone.